in store. Normally home to the Exeter Chiefs, but today it's the Red Roses who play host to a test match in Devon for the very first time. They welcome Italy for this round 4 clash of the Women's Six Nations. A record crowd on hand as England look to make it 4 straight wins and continue their quest for a coveted Grand Slam. Last night, Scotland went looking for their first win of the tournament when they hosted Wales at Scotstoun Stadium in Glasgow. They didn't get it. A last-minute conversion winner won it for Wales, 17 points to 15. Tonight, Ireland welcomed the returning World Player of the Year, Jessie Tremoulier, and France to Energia Park in Dublin. England and Italy, the top two, the only teams unbeaten still in this year's Women's Six Nations. The Red Roses stand, however, alone with 3 bonus point wins from their 3 games, including that crucial victory over last year's champions France in Doncaster. Italy 3 points back after dropping points in that 3-3 draw against Wales. So here come Italy. They are led out by Michela Solari, who today wins her 50th cap for the Italian women. What a proud moment for her. And following her, Sara Baratti, the scrum half, who today becomes the most capped Italian women of all time. And alongside me today is a World Cup winning Red Rose from 2014, Kat Merchant. Good afternoon, Kat.
Afternoon. It's an incredible atmosphere already. You can hear it building, and this Italian team, a really experienced backline. They're used, they're agile. They get that ball wide, and then you've got the addition of Franco in the forwards, who now just is so powerful, scoring tries for fun against Ireland.
Atmosphere here at Sandy Park. For the first time, the Red Roses playing a test match down here in the southwest. They have come in their numbers to support this team, who are still on course for a Grand Slam in the Six Nations.
Yeah, just listen to that crowd go wild as the England team come out. These are an England team that are on form. They're absolutely switched on, a real complete outfit, and just such a dangerous team.
captain to win her 112th cap. Abby Scott and Kath O'Donnell again team up in the second row. Tight end Sarah Byrne is making a strong case for player of the tournament. In the backs, Emily Scarrett returns at centre. Watch out for her kicking game alongside Zoe Harrison and Katie Daly-McLean. Right winger Jess Breach has scored 16 tries in her first 5 test matches, 5 in this tournament alone. Italy head coach Andrea Di Giamenico makes 2 changes to the side that had a first ever test match win against Ireland 2 weeks ago. Manuela Forlan captains the side from fullback. Centre Michaela Stellari wins a 50th cap. Scrum half Sara Baratin becomes the most capped Italian woman of all time. In the forwards, look out for young back rower Giada Franco. She scored 2 tries in a player of the match performance in that historic win over Ireland 2 weeks ago. Unrivaled depth on the England bench. Replacement hooker Vicky Fleetwood has 67 caps and stands to make her first appearance at this year's Six Nations. She played the autumn campaign at open side flanker. Natasha Hunt and Rachel Burford share 126 caps between them. Both are World Cup winners. Today's referee, Aurélie Groselot from France. The television match official is Eric Gozal. All set to go. Beatrice Rigoni gets us underway. Italy in their traditional blue, running left to right. The Red Roses, of course, all in white. Here's Sarah Beckett on the blind side for England today. There's an early glimpse of the kicking game of Emily Scarrett, back starting for the Red Roses this afternoon. Missed the game against Wales in Cardiff in round 3. Here's Baratin at scrum half, breaks the record for all-time test matches appearance for the Italy women this afternoon. The hooker Bertoni, she won her 50th cap against Wales earlier in the tournament. Giada Franco, player of the match in that first ever win against Ireland. As Italy go through the phases, a vastly experienced team, at least in their starters today, and they are much improved in this year's Six Nations tournament. Baratin, she will run the show at scrum half. Here's Gaia Giacomoli, made a debut against England back in 2012, the Italian loosehead prop. Rigoni again, quick hands to Valentina Ruzza, and the offload off the floor. It's a big day for the Ruzza family. Her little brother Federico is playing for the Italian men at Twickenham against England later today, and that's a clever touch finder from Rigoni. Injured Italian player and back player, it's Giacomoli.
I think this just shows the intent of the Italian team. When Ruzzo goes right through here, it would be easy for her to hit the floor, but actually she doesn't, keeps the ball alive, pops it up, and then the width here from Baratin to push it wide across, fantastic there. And there it is again, that offload from the floor, such good skill, and keeps that ball alive.
Yeah, Rigoni, she played at 12 last week, in at fly half this time. Here's Valentina Ruzza carrying the ball. As I mentioned, her little big brother, Federico's playing against England at Twickenham today, also in the 4 shirt for Italy, so it's a proud day for the Ruzza family. She's the biggest, the heaviest player in this Italian side, of the 106 kilograms. There she is, Valentina, out of the Padova club.
And I think it adds a nice contrast when you've got the Italian forwards that can do that, and then you've got the back line that can swing it wide, because as I said earlier, like, they're agile, they're quick, they're going to want to take on the English back 3.
There's Kath O'Donnell on the left, the shot. She's played every minute for the Red Roses in the Six Nations.
Such a workhorse, O'Donnell, absolute workhorse.
Giacomoli's on her feet. There she is, playing a 17 test match today. She's going to try and walk it off, it looks like, but it doesn't look great. The guy, Giacomoli.
Yeah, her knee doesn't look very stable, does it, when you're limping like that?
So Giacomelli is making her way back to the line out here. She's still limping on that right leg. She's going to stand just out of this line out for the time being, as Lark Davis from the Worcester Valkyries will throw to this line out. Abby Scott, the leading line out forward in the Six Nations. And here's our first look at Sarah Byrne. She's been ripping up trees all Six Nations long. Zoe Harrison in the pocket. So many kicking options for England this afternoon, with Harrison at 12 outside the great one, Katie Daly-McLean. Here's Manuela Forlan, the Italy captain, but there's the first penalty for England at the breakdown. Marley Packer all over it.
See, Forlan's really good there. She backs herself, gets a little bit of a handoff carries. But the thing is, when you have a player like that who does look to make those half line breaks, you can get yourself isolated. So great line out there, and then looking with a Rangi move in here, like back into the forward. So Byrne straight away, but it is covered, and it's none other than Muzo who picks her up, puts a big tackle in to stop her there.
Leads the competition for tackle bus. Went on a thundering run against Ireland on the opening weekend. Couple of tries last week. Could have had 3, was taken off early. Probably would have had a hat-trick if Simon Middleton had kept her out there. The Bristolian, 21 years of age, 24th test today. It's some career already, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And as we saw from the VT earlier, she's just such a nice girl and just an incredible athlete. And yeah, it's nice to get her into the game really early on. Katie using the forwards instead of the backs, so then they do have the option. When you crash a forward up like Byrne, all the backs are on their feet, and then they can move it wide off of that.
There will be a replacement for Italy. It's number 17, Silvia Turani. To win her 9th cap, she'll come on for Gaia Giacomelli. That's heartbreak for her so early in this match.
Yeah, gutted for her. Nobody wants to come off so early, especially in an amazing venue like this and the crowd.
So England choose to set a scrum here. Leanne Riley to feed it. Interesting, Kat. England awarded a penalty at the breakdown, but instead of going for posts with the breeze behind them, they've decided to set a scrum.
Well, I think the Italy scrum is something that has struggled throughout the tournament just a little bit. So I think England will just want to make their mark here and play with real attack.
Leanne Riley, one of 7 Harlequins in England. Hunter has it under control at the back. Left, kicks through. Kelly Smith on the chase. It'll beat her over the sideline. Not overly pleased with that kick from Katie there.
No, I think obviously Kelly would have wanted that to stay in and bounce up, and so then we could have seen a score like she had against France, because she's just got absolute wheels. So it's a messy scrum, but they're dominant in that, and then Katie just looks up, puts it over, and Kelly's in a different place there.
As you often get here at Stanley Park, a strong breeze coming from the southwest, right to left as you look at it, into the faces of the Italians. A good line-out win for them. Saw them at the captain's run yesterday. The weather's improved since then, but they were doing a lot of work on their own line-out. Here's Rigoni, under pressure from Riley, but she's offside.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked a little bit offside there, just that keen, that intent to get there. And those are the 50-50s, aren't they? Because if you get that, you're a hero.
A wry smile.
Here she goes.
Riley.
Yeah, she's well offside there, isn't she? Runs too early, but just I think it's that intent, and you just get all worked up, ready for a big game like this.
Rigoni at fly half for Italy today. She comes in for Mardia, who started at 10 last week. You want an indication between the difference of these two teams. Red Rose is fully professional, of course. Last week's fly half unavailable because she has to work. She couldn't get the holidays. More possession for Italy, up to their 10-metre line. Solari helping out at the breakdown. Here's Franco again, one of their big ball carriers. She gets up and goes again and wrestles through the tackle of Sarah Byrne up to the halfway line. That's what Franco can offer. Just 22 years of age. Already an important part of this Italy team, but England have it. It's Jess Breach over on the right wing for England. Incredible try-scoring record. Good clear out of the breakdown, but it's in from the side, says the referee. That was Lucia Guy coming in from the side.
Yeah, I could see what Guy was seeing there. She was seeing that the ball looked like it was going to almost be out, and so she went for it. But here we go. Here's Franco on the charge there. Very clever play. So when she's on the floor, as long as she releases that ball, she can get up and she's able to go again, which she does here, which will catch England off guard, and they'll have to keep stepping backwards.
Yeah, Franco, 3 tries in the tournament, 2 in that breakthrough win against Ireland. Scott wins it again for England. Daly McLean to Harrison. Short ball to Scarrett. Emily Scarrett back from the 7th program in 15th. Here's McKenna. McKenna so the line, and that's a good win from Italy. And there's another indication of their ability on the floor.
I think both teams are going to really have to be careful for those holding on penalties. So you're going to have to get support in quicker, do more work. But as Pistato gets there and kind of really works to kind of win that penalty.
Quiet here.
Great line out again here, and then just ability to move it wide. And Emily Scarrett, just so difficult to tackle in there. She presents that ball back so it's clean for them to move across, but the line speed just stops McKenna from just to the wing there.
Knock on advantage.
Line out steal for Italy. Knock on England, so it's advantage to the Italian women here. There's Michaela Solari, the centre, with the pick and go around the ruck on the occasion of a 50th cap. She'll do the goal kicking for Italy as well today. Lusato. Across to the captain Forlan, and here's Sofia Stefan. Just 5'4", but she does have speed, and look at Franco putting her hand up once again with another carry. Baratin. Quick hands again to Ruzza. Scored a try for England in the 2018 Six Nations. Show and go here. Italy showing that they are an efficient team with the ball in hand. Here's Aura Muzzo. Advantage coming Italy's way for a high tackle. It was Lark Davis.
Number 2, high tackle.
So Lark just coming up there, just coming too high, not tolerating any of that. So it's good ball out wide, a good step back inside from Muzzo, but then she just gets hit around the neck. So Lark's got to get low on those ones. I think it's because she was offset with her foot in.
Yeah, Lark Davis celebrated a birthday on the 3rd of March, on the same day as Vicky Cornborough. Her loose head prop today. There were cakes in the team. Everyone running in and singing. So nice moment for Vicky and Lark.
Unless you don't want to share your birthday, and then if you want all the attention, it's pretty good.
Sarah Hunter tries to steal it at the line out, but it's full into the hands of Rigoni. Will have it. Here's Baratin, decides to go open through. There's the announcement. Turan. Baratin, 88 test for Italy. Flings it inside Gaduca, but she can't hold on to it, so counter attack opportunity. Ellie Smith. Place halfway line. Harrison. And quite half, of course. Here's Packer, born in Yeovil, just up the road in Somerset. Harrison decides to kick.
7.
We'll go back to the offside. It was 7 blue, Franco.
Offside.
What fantastic heads-up play here to get the ball wide. A great step off the left foot from Kelly Smith, who just glides through the gap there. And then the first person to hit that breakdown is Sarah Beckett. So her work rate is huge to be able to get there to support her and then to make sure they win that ball. She doesn't get isolated. Excellent hands along the back line, and just love that step. She noticed an over chase from the defence, step back inside it. Great spot from Kelly there.
22 tries in the Tyrrell's Premier 15s this season, Kelly Smith. She is supersonic.
She just flies, and there's some players that can look powerful and you know, have a handoff and can kind of run quite hard, but Kelly just literally glides like she's running on air.
So England have taken a scrum again with the penalty. Second time in the match they've done this. So interesting tactic here from Simon Middleton in England. Turning down the kick to the sideline. And there's another penalty. Riley taps and goes. McKenna on the cut. Well brought down by Arageti. Kath O'Donnell. 400 minutes she's played ahead of this match in the Six Nations. Talk about reliability. There's Sarah Byrne. Daly McLean coming around the corner. Hunter misses her out to Harrison. Out the back to Scarrett. Scarrett's got Smith with her. Kelly Smith tries to get the handoff going. Riley there quickly. Good quick ball for the Red Roses. Cut out ball to Beckett. Big bro Charlie used to play for Gloucester up the M5 up the road. Now with the Jersey Reds. And another penalty to England. Riley goes quickly again. Offloads to Emily Scarrett. World Cup winner, of course, gets her knees to the floor. The Italian players have to let go. That's a ruck. Cut out ball to Harrison. It's on for Sarah Byrne. 2 meters out, Byrne. Still on for England, though. Harrison, Jess Breach. Who else but Jess Breach? Her 17th test matches, her 17th try in 6 test matches. Her try-scoring ratio is out of this world.
Yeah, absolutely. Try-scoring record is just insane. But it all stems from this here. So it's good hands from Emily Scarrett. She waits, she fixes, gets that ball to Kelly Smith, backs herself in there. Again, really key that they hit the breakdown. And this is what Leanne Riley really likes to do at 9. She likes to quick tap, catch them off guards. They know they already have the advantage for not back 10. And then here, yeah, Sarah Byrne, oh, we've missed it. So Sarah Byrne does a really good line, and then it plays off it. And there we go, nice try, good finish.
It is remarkable. She just cannot stop scoring. Jessica Breach.
And she does a whole range of tries, I think. I mean, there's some tries as wingers, right place, right time, and there's other ones where you really earn them yourself. The crossfield kicks from earlier, and Zoe Harrison taking the conversion kicks, which is interesting.
Yeah, Daly McLean, who broke through the 500 barrier against France, and that's why Zoe Harrison's been given that responsibility this afternoon. Absolutely nails it in front of the east stand on the far side.
And I think that's it. It's not that experience, and to slot that in front of 1,000 people, credit to her, and I think we'll see big things from Zoe Harrison in the future.
A few eyebrows raised with the likes of Rachel Burford on the bench this afternoon. Simon Middleton backing Zoe Harrison, 20 years of age. Big defence coming in from Italy. They need a bit more of that. Here's Harrison again, quick hands to McKenna. Inside to the baby rhino, as Rocky Clark calls her. Sarah Byrne, and how's that for an offload? Daly McLean, Packer. Ball goes forward. Advantage here for Italy. Bardotine decides to kick, no one at home. For England after that counter-attack, Jess Breach has got back off her right wing. And what can she conjure up here? She's got Beckett with her. Abby Scott as well. Daley McLean to Davis. Beckett does well to duck under that tackle, give it to Scott, but the pass to Jess Breach just goes forward.
Some great passes out here, but what a double hit here on Beckett. I mean, she's a big, strong runner, and to hit her like that and pull her back. And then lovely hands from Zoe Harrison out wide. Great burst through from Sarah Byrne here. And this is the key part here. She's not just a carrier. That offload is so important to be able to keep that ball going. Just so dynamic, isn't she? As a winger, the last thing you'd want to see is Sarah Byrne running at you when you know she can get that ball away with one hand. And then a great roll from Kelly Smith, buying time for her teammates, for the rest of them to be able to move it out wide here.
There's Abby Scott, captain of England against Wales last week. You just take a look at her right hand there, left hand perhaps. She's heavily strapped, and that's because last week in training, she broke her fingers. There they are. Talking to Simon Middleton yesterday, they were doing high ball practice. She broke her fingers. If you take a look at the hand of Sarah Hunter, she did exactly the same thing.
How are they catching these high balls? Fingers up.
How are they playing today?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think you hear, you know, of people, they break their finger, they miss 6 weeks of rugby. So for these guys to it just shows how mentally strong and physically tough they are.
And how much it means to play for this team and be part of this wonderful occasion here at Sandy Park this afternoon. Sarah Hunter winning 112th cap. How's that for a scrum from England, but Italy still have it. Baratin. Talk about Petit Generals in France. She's Piccolo Generale for this Italian team. She really does run the show. Franco. The tackle from Packer and Hunter. Rigoni. Not sure it was sent in the direction she wanted it. It's gone forward. So we'll set a scrum for England with Rigoni. Frustrated with that kick.
Yeah, if you're gonna kick, you either have to kick to regather or you've got to kick at least for territory and get it in behind. But especially when you're looking at kicking to the likes of Emily Scarrett's channel, she's, you know, massively taller than all her opposition numbers in there. So you can see it's just not got the distance that they needed kind of into that. But yeah, Emily Scarrett's opposite number is only 5'5" and 60 kilos, whereas Scarrett is 20 kilos on Silari.
There are a few mismatches out there today. It's been the Red Roses' dominance so far, possession and territory. Daley McLean holds on, flicks it inside. Here she goes again, Katie Daley McLean. Through the hands of McKenna to Jess Breach. She's off to the races once more. That's a good tackle, though, coming in from Manuela Forlan, the Italy captain. She was nursing a cold this week, didn't take a full part in the captain's run yesterday.
And that's an important tackle there for Forlan to put Jess Breach into touch, because we've seen how fast Jess Breach is. But what I absolutely love about how England play, and it's ran by Katie Daley McLean, how flat that her passes are. You can see it from this angle perfectly. Look, really lovely flat pass to McKenna, who can then pull it across, and it just catches defences off guard because you just can't defend it. But yeah, Forlan there, brilliant tackle. Uses her strength to roll her across into touch.
Here's Sarah Beckett. Poppy Cleal on the bench today. Takes some doing, keeping her out of the action. The 19-year-old Beckett in the 6 shirt. Riley. Daley McLean. Scarrett. On the inside ball, flat pass across to McKenna. Kelly Smith so excited about heading towards the try line, left it behind. Sarah Hunter cleans up the scraps for England. Here's Marley Packer. Again, 64th Test match with the World Cup winner, Harrison. Harrison just shows and goes, but loses possession. Baratin senses an opportunity. Chance of an overlap here for Italy, and here they go through Aura Muzzo. She's got Rigoni inside. Beatrice Rigoni offloads back to Muzzo, and it breaks down for Italy. That was a gilt-edged opportunity for the Azzurre.
Oh, she's got to be gutted with herself there. She had time. She actually had time for that, and then she went one-handed basketball pass. It didn't need to be that. Could go simple here. But Berrettini here does really, really well. Picks up the tempo. Good hands to Muzzo in here. Backing herself. 1-2 to Rigoni. You think pin your ears back, go here. Look, she had time. She had time. Ball in two hands, such a key thing. Then moves it to one, and just too low for Muzzo to try and get to. Yeah, I think just some panic. Do you think, Rupert, in there? I think just panic next to the try line, and then just what a shame for them.
What it is, though, it's a glimpse of what this Italy team are capable of. Muzzo finished off a brilliant team score against Ireland back in round 3. But here come England again. 3-player overlap. Breach. This is Muzzo coming across, and she gets it. What a tackle from Aura Muzzo, with Breach heading for the corner.
I thought that was a short try. I think the crowd thought that was a short try. Emily Scarrett, fantastic again. Nice one-arm offload out there, and Jess Breach full flight is a scary thing. And this is from England's 22. They managed to do that. The pace that they're running onto here. Nice offloaded Jess Breach. Does well to gather that. It's slightly overhead. Backs herself. Everyone's thinking try here, surely. And then to track a clock there. Fantastic.
How many? 5.
You saw Sarah Cox put a flag up there on the sideline. She made history in November, becoming the first woman to referee a top-tier men's game in the Premiership Cup. Italy just about win that line out. Berrettini on the floor. There is Sarah Cox. Prominent feature on the 7 circuit as well.
Stay here, stay here. Stay.
Tight head prop for Italy, much like Sarah Burns. She used to be a centre, but she stayed down on the floor guard, and she's just getting up now. Can't afford to lose another front row. Giacomoli going off so early in this game.
Move.
And for the second time in the match, Riley's been pinged for being a little too keen.
I think with that, though, that's when you start to get frustrated with players, because you're like, you've got to test the boundaries, you've got to do that, but once you've been penalised for it, you've got to just take the extra step. There's no point pushing it there.
Yeah, it gives Italy a chance to clear their lines, doesn't it?
Yeah, because now Italy obviously have the line out, whereas if Riley hadn't chased like that, then obviously it would be an England line out on the 22, which they'd probably fancy their chances.
Natasha Hunt on the replacements bench for England today. Not a bad replacement to call upon. World Cup winner, 44 test matches. So much depth in this Red Roses team. Berrettini to Furlan, who pops up at first receiver, the fullback. There's Packer going in for the turnover. And she's won it for England. Italy scrum, it's been called, actually. It didn't come out. Italy going forward.
For me, that's quite a strange decision. I felt Marnie Packer got her hands on there early, so it's either going to be a holding on penalty in there, or it's a steal. So Italy scrum, they'll be quite happy with that decision, I think.
There's Marnie Packer, World Cup winner, of course. Saw the England bench, over 260 caps on that England bench, with the likes of Vicky Fleetwood, Natasha Hunt, and Rachel Burford, who'd win her 83rd if she gets out there.
Okay? Crap!
18 times Italy and England have played each other in test matches. They've all been won by England. And that's a free kick to Italy. Barattin goes quickly. Araghetti with the carry to Ruzzo. Franco just knocks it on at the base there, and she's frustrated with herself.
I think just slightly rushed. They're trying to create a lot of tempo, and to do that, it can sometimes mean that you end up rushing, and I think she possibly just took her off it. You can see she's frustrated there with herself. She goes, she's got her eyes on it, and then just a bit of miscommunication actually then about when the ball was, so she'll be really frustrated with that.
England lead Italy by 7 points to 0. 25 minutes in. Hunter off the base to Riley. Sarah McKenna. It's a good tackle from the fly half of the goal there. Taylor McLean. Abby Scott runs into Franco. The pass of Riley's been knocked down there. Advantage coming England's way.
Offside. 7.
Yeah,
7.
I think it's important here to not
Advantage England. Scarrett. Tossata, supported by the Loughborough teammate Kath O'Donnell. Here's Lark Davis again. Scott thinks about passing, decides to hold on, brought down by Franco. Katie Daly-McLean again. Lovely weighted pass to Emily Scarrett. They know each other so well. Been to an Olympic Games with the Sevens. Played in 2 World Cup finals together, of course, those two. And another mistake from England. So just a couple of errors here in succession for the Red Roses.
Yeah, errors from both teams, and I think that that kind of shows it is a close game. It's only 7-0 with half an hour gone. So both teams are trying to create that tempo, to try and lift it a little bit, and with that it's just slightly higher error count.
The last time they played these two sides, that was in Reggio last year. England won at 42-7, but it was 7-all at half-time in that match, so closer than the final scoreline showed us.
I think Italy always start well, and then they end up kind of, England start creeping ahead, and then they're always chasing the game. But at the minute, Italy are playing with a confidence, which is great to see, that they can match it. And that could have been a very different story. That could have been 7-all if Rigoni had got that kind of pass away.
Repairs here for Lark Davis. That's Katie Daly-McLean. When they played Italy at the Twickenham Stoop in 2017, she came on as a replacement and got a red card.
Time on.
In that game. Italy fought back.
I remember that, the
try,
tackle.
Yeah, but it was concerning times for England, wasn't it? Because Italy almost came back and snatched it.
Yeah, and it was an exciting game, but yeah, it was definitely concerning.
Tossata Baratin took over from Michaela Tondinelli. Today is the most capped Italian woman of all time. How's that for a scrum from England all over? Italy up front, and they've got the penalty. And how about the reaction from Sarah Byrne and Sarah Beckett?
That was huge, wasn't it? I think it's just showing that they're talking about it being a work in progress, the scrum, but look at this. They're driving all together, completely dominate, managed to swing it round, but... And you can see what it means to them here. Look, Marlene Backer running in there as well. Like, great to see that.
Davis to Scott. Initial shove comes on from Italy. England will try and restart here. With Lark Davis in the box seat at the back. They got the advantage of England. They're still going, looking for their second try here. They're almost there and they're over. It's Lark Davis for England. They had their second score. And Sandy Park is on its feet.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd going absolutely wild, and that's what they wanted to see. And it's been a really exciting game so far. Okay, so from that line out, England sorted it out. They probably had a word with themselves from before when Italy managed to turn them over. So here they go, get the numbers in, get themselves organised. Lark Davies gets her hands on the ball, and then they just drive together as one. And Abby Scott is in there, clearly leading it. You can see her shouting, organising, and then they just drive over the line, get that try.
The fourth test try for Lark Davis. Well, Zoe Harrison took the last one, kicked it from the sideline. But this time, it's Katie Daly-McLean who gets a go.
Yeah, maybe alternating for the pressure or something like that. And Emily Scarrett's run in now to try and hold the ball, I think, for Katie. She maybe wants to go.
First kick of the match. Crowd tells the story. It's another maximum for England. They're 14-0 against Italy.
And it's important to keep building that score, I think. So it's important to get the conversions, moving it further and further away from the Italians' reach.
Franco over on the far side. You could almost see that happening
Seven.
as she took off way in front of the kicker there. And that's just handing an opportunity back to England.
Yeah, the simple things, and those are the bits that they'll look back on and be frustrated at, but actually they want to keep kind of control and their composure and not kind of let it get run away from them. Here it is, yeah, she was almost in line with the ball when it went 10 meters, and she's quick, but I don't think anyone's that quick.
5, 6.
So Riley feeds it. Daley McLean to her left, McKenna to her right. She comes the near side. Daley McLean decides to kick. One bounce over the sideline.
The kicking game for Katie Daley McLean and Emily Scarrett against France, it's important just to pin teams back, make them have to play out of their own kind of 22 area, and because what mostly happens is they'll kick it back to England and give them the opportunity to play.
Well, it's a real distinguishing feature of this England team, the amount they do kick compared to the other teams in the Women's Six Nations. She kicked the ball 41 times ahead of this match, Katie Daley McLean, in this tournament. And for almost double kick meters of any other kicker in the competition. So it's a key feature of their match. And she's one of the best exponents of tactical kicking anywhere. Here's Furlan, the captain. Daley McLean with the tackle that time. Back to Rigoni here. Kicks this end over end. Smith has it. And fullback McKenna with her. Here's Jess Bridge. Already with a try in this match. Harrison has it now for England. Here's Scarrett. Emily Scarrett sees a gap and bursts through it. What a break from Emily Scarrett. A little messy on the floor though at the breakdown from England. Can't maintain possession. Italy have it. Those blue shirts parted like the Red Sea there for Emily Scarrett, didn't they? Here's Rigoni. Decides to kick. That one goes straight over the sideline.
So here she goes again. That's that great step and just goes straight in between. Brilliant carry, and she's scanning as well, looking to see who gets there, but no one can quite get in with her. It's just a sea of blue in there behind her, and I think it's Katie Daley McLean who comes in to support and ends up booting the ball to the Italians.
It was a good chase back from Salati though, wasn't it? She sort of opened the door for Emily Scarrett, but there she is in the multicoloured headgear, getting back and making the tackle.
Just a fantastic work rate and pace and just commitment, because yeah, she gets back, works really hard, and Furlan's there again as well.
Marley Packer has it for England. Not the cleanest line out in the world. Daley McLean holds on as Rigoni shoots out of the line. He's at a spot in that yellow headgear. Here's Abby Scott. Harrison. Inside ball to Packer. Harrison again. Scarrett. Brought down by Bussato. Riley comes the same way to Kelly Smith. Tries to get a bit of footwork going. That's a fairer fight, isn't it? Smith on
Ripped by
Salati.
blue. Ripped by blue. Play on.
Play on.
Counter-ruck from Lark Davis. Italy maintain the ball. Here's Lucia Guy.
Willis, white! Willis.
61st test match for her. Made her debut back in 2009 against Scotland. The Italy tight head prop. Here's the hooker Bertoni. She won her 50th against Wales earlier in the tournament. Adeghetti now. One of the Italian players that plays a club rugby in France for the Rennes club. Knock on there.
There's a lot of phases there from Italy, but they just weren't quite going anywhere. It didn't seem as organised as they have looked. And I think that's why it's so key for England's kicking game, because when you can pin teams back in that 22, it's such a difficult area to play out of. And there's Katie bossing the team. She does it so well. She's really clear communication. She's been fantastic so far today with those flat passes in enabling the pace out wide to get the ball.
Solid platform for England. Taylor McLean to Harrison. McKenna. Kelly Smith. Good tackle from Mutso. Smith goes again.
Blue.
Penalty England. It was Salani falling on the wrong side. Riley taps and goes. Marley Packer. Inches short, Marley Packer. Sarah Hunter. Sarah Hunter might have this down here on the white line. Yeah, the England captain thinks she scored.
When we're here,
Yeah.
I didn't have a clear view of the ball.
Okay.
Okay, so what question do you want to ask?
Yeah. I ask to Eric. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric,
perfect.
my field decision is try, but I'm not sure if a white release the ball before the grounding.
Okay, on-field decision is try, checking the grounding.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Today's TMO, Eric Gozan.
So it's whether whether Sarah Hunter's managed to turn her body enough to try and get that ball in there. So many bodies, difficult to see from this camera angle.
Eric.
Come back.
Let me check another angle, please.
Okay.
So they're managing to get underneath here. Pushed back. That's the Packer carry, isn't it, first? And then it's the one off this one. So Packer looks like she's going to score it, manages to kind of pop it up behind, and then they get to have another go. Marley thinks she scored it. She's got her hands up.
Le dernier,
thinking
last
that-
one.
Yeah.
So referee Aurélie Grazelo said the on-field decision was a try here. She's asking for any reason not to award it. So the only issue here is, has Sarah Hunter lost possession?
Yeah, it's so difficult to see. I think if the ref has decided on pitch is a try, I think there's nothing here to show that it isn't. So I imagine they'll go with the on-field decision. Just can't quite see under all the bodies.
Aurélie,
Oui.
there's no clear footage to overturn your decision. You may award a try.
Okay, thank you.
Try awarded for Sarah Hunter. That's England's third.
And that's why the referee's questioning is so important. On-field decision is a try. Can you show me anything to show that it isn't? They can't prove that. If she'd have asked, is there clear evidence of a grounding? Well, there probably wasn't, so it isn't a try. So just showing the importance there of the experience of referees and actually what to ask and what their gut tells them.
So Katie Daly-McLean as we enter the final minute of this first half. Looking to make it another 7-pointer for England. She makes sweet contact. And England are out to 21 points to nil.
And again, another really important score just before half-time. I always think as a team, if you can score before half-time, you just leave that kind of bitter taste in the opposition. So they go in and they really have to think about the fact they've got to come out and massively change something, because now they are hugely chasing this game.
Skillfully taken above her head by Emily Scarrett.
Thank you.
Sarah Beckett, quick hands back to Sarah Hunter. Daly-McLean. Can England find a bonus point try before the half? Here's Kelly Smith. Another good tackle from Aouda Mutso. Kath O'Donnell. Good quick ball for England. This is Harrison. Cut out ball to Scarrett. Breach cuts inside, Scarrett holds on. Players being bounced off like bowling pins there, but that's the flourish of the referee's whistle for half-time. It's been impressive from the Red Roses. This record crowd here at Sandy Park have loved every moment of it. It's England who lead Italy at half-time by 21 points to 0. Welcome back to Sandy Park. The near capacity crowd.
People kicking it, we've had people holding on to it, so I think, yeah, he'll want those areas to just be far more clinical, because in other games you might not get as many opportunities, so you've got to take them when you've got them.
Simon Middleton looks pretty relaxed. He puts the earpiece back in, having a chat to some of the supporters here, and what fantastic support it is here at Sandy Park. The first time the Red Roses have played a test match here, they've been taking these games around the country, and it is proving hugely successful. They are gathering a unique and big following around England. The Red Roses winning hearts and minds and winning this game of rugby by 21 points to 0. Wind at their backs, and it is substantial in this second half. Rugoni straight away kicks. Just outside, that ball was taken back into the 22, that's gone out on the full, so...
I think that one's an awareness thing. We've got to kind of, Italy need to communicate that within, taken out or taken back in, and exactly what's going on, but it's one of those that the ruck was in there, so she feels she can kick it straight out, but before that had been carried into there.
Yeah, Trice Rugoni played at 12 last week and at fly half against England today. Lark Davis, first half try score to Abby Scott. Coming around the corner, Sarah Byrne, fending off Italians, still going, Sarah Byrne! She's a runaway train!
That is incredible. How she went on march there, just snuck down that blind side. We've been talking about her all through the build-up to this game, and look again, the smile on her face, like incredible running there. So focus line out from Lark there. They actually do a peel round the front in there, and then there's no chance Barrington's going to get a tackle in on Byrne, and she just powers over the line completely. So clever play. They think it's going to go round. Prop on a 9. It's never going to end well, probably. And then just absolute power, handoff. And then Muso, who so far has been phenomenal in her tackling. The cover tackle on Breach. She's been tackling Callie Smith as well, but that's just possibly one step too far there, a metre out, Byrne on the full charge.
What a sight to behold. Sarah Byrne thundering towards the sideline, and you've got to love that smile as she ran back.
It's just straight away the joy. She just loves playing rugby, and I think whether she was scoring or not, she just got that smile on her face, and just she gets to do what she, you know, she says she wants to do. She wants to run ball in hand. Well, she got the opportunity there. So great line out, tactically really clever.
Goes down in McLean, can't convert into the stiff sou'wester that England are playing into now. It blows diagonally right to left here at Sandy Park.
Just boshes her way over there.
I'm not getting in the way of that.
No.
Here's Marley Packer. 26-0. England lead Italy. Quick hands from Sarah Beckett. That was cute in midfield. Italy try to strip the ball clear.
No.
Red Roses still have it. Davis at scrum half off to Kath O'Donnell. Taylor McLean out the back to Harrison. Zoe Harrison, lovely little show and go to McKenna. Riley now. Abby Scott shifts it across to Lark Davis. Red Roses really sensing another opportunity here. Flat pass to Packer. Still alive for Breach. Jess Breach cuts inside, brought down. Important tackle. Here's Daly McLean again to O'Donnell. So impressive, Kath O'Donnell. Out of the Loughborough Lightning, this Six Nations. Beckett holds on. Good tackle from Solari. Giving up quite a few kilos on Sarah Beckett there. Here's Abby Scott. Hunter now. Try scorer in the first half. Cornbrook. Daly McLean. Scarrow. It's gone forward to Smith.
Well, that actually looked less flat, let's say, than the pass over here. I thought that one might have been forward to Marley Packer, but ref deemed that one as the one that's forward in there.
Forward pass. Scrum blue.
So a loose pass here. Beckett's done some great passes. That one to me looks slightly forward, but nonetheless it keeps going. And again, great cover tacker here. Forlan is across to cover Breach, brilliant, and then great hands. Do we think that one's forward? I think it leaves her hands back, but yeah, we'll go with the ref.
What goes around comes around, Cap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, missed the first one.
They are a vastly improved team, Italy's. Talk about their cover defence there. Remember, this is a team
Again.
that England beat in the World Cup over in Ireland in 2017, 56-13. They look a vastly improved outfit. Michaela Solari still keeping the good vibrations going with her captain, Manuela Forlan.
Fine. Set.
Power comes on from England again.
Advantage.
And Hunter has it. Sarah Hunter charging away, offloads, and it's Marley Packer. Local girl scores a try for England. That's number 5, and look what it means to Marley Packer and the Red Roses.
And that just shows just how far England have come as a team, I think, to just dominate the scrum like that. And then to not only just think that their forwards aren't just carriers, they're passers as well. They're not scared to move that ball, offloading, passing, and then to turn over this scrum here. Brilliant. You got Marley Packer in there, heads up, looking for what's going on. Great reactions by Sarah Hunter. Good footwork, driving through, and then gets both hands through, sights Marley Packer the whole way, and there's no way anyone's going to stop Marley Packer and meet it out. But this offload here is what's key to that. And in years ago, I think Sarah Hunter would have took that to floor. So I think actually now you can see the skill set massively improving from training together.
She missed the game against France. Marley Packer. Poppy Leach played on the open side for England in that game. That you just knew she was itching to get back out there for England. And to do it here, just down the road from where she was born in Yeovil, really does mean something.
Marley Packer pre-game is always quite a scary person to be around. She's just buzzing, she's bouncing off the walls. She literally is that's the energy that comes out of her. So you kind of want to just get on that pitch, let her do what she does so well.
Flags up for Daly McLean. England out to 33.
Scrum again, brilliant, just driving it, all know exactly what they're doing, and just those reactions there in the offload I was talking about earlier. There we go, and then Marley Packer absolutely buzzing.
Former plumber, Marley Packer, now of course a full-time professional rugby player. Leanne Riley.
Move.
Have the penalty.
Wall away.
Italy just struggling to get hold of the ball in this second half. Tackle coming in from the replacement, Fedrighi. 19 shirt, she started last week. Short pass there to
Not
Packer
on
again, but it's
advantage.
gone forward. Advantage to the Azzurre here. Solari says to send it the other way. Back to Federighi. Baratin switches play. Lucia Guy.
Advantage
And
over.
Italy lost their loose head prop. Giacomoli, a couple of minutes in. Nice half break there from Bussato. Offloads back to Rigoni.
So, oh,
So they just knocked that
Oh,
on
it's
the
okay.
breakdown. Baratin's not happy. I think she felt that an England player was perhaps off their feet there.
Yeah, because it
Knock
looked like
on,
there was hands-on,
gone
so
wide.
possibly holding on initially, but then as soon as the player goes off her feet, then actually, yes, I think that's what Baratin's point was, because I think she's quite vocal. She does look to appeal to refs, and I think that is important in her game.
32 years of age. She made a
time
debut
off, yes.
way back in 2005. All-time most caps for Italy women. They are up against it here. Let's give you a look at the Women's Six Nations table as it stands. Bonus point win as it stands in this match for the Red Roses. And that would make it a perfect 20. The race isn't over yet. France play Ireland in Dublin tonight. If they went to 16, you just never know. But confirm this victory,
Time on.
this lead into a
All
victory
right.
here today. And England will be on course for a 15th Six Nations title and a 14th Grand Slam. How about
Yeah,
that?
incredible stats there. And I think England used to dominate the Six Nations massively, and then it has gone the other way, and the France of recent years have. So it's nice to see a balance and different countries able to win it.
Yeah, Ireland won Six Nations. That game against Scotland on Saturday night next week, after the men play the Calcutta Cup game against the old enemy. Forlan. Not many opportunities with ball in hand for the Italy fullback, and from a neutral's perspective, if you're watching, that's something of a shame, because she really can inject herself into the back line.
On this side.
In from the side is the call. Penalty Italy.
England are really trying to pressure the breakdowns now, putting numbers in, but again, it might work out for you, but also they don't need to do it. I think they can just stay back foot, put the line speed on and try and shut them down that way, rather than giving away the penalties and sort of slowing their own game down. So Sarah Hunter does well with the initial tackle straight up onto her feet to go for the ball, and actually I think it was Kath O'Donnell that she's deemed as coming in kind of onto her side there.
Changes for England. And the players going off. Sarah Beckett, Leanne Riley and Marley Packer are getting a rich round of applause here from this huge crowd at Sandy Park. So Natasha Hunt replaces Leanne Riley. Poppy Cleal is out there for Sarah Beckett.
No, it's not straight. Not straight. Yeah.
Here's Turani into the England 22. Can Italy make something of this field position? Inside ball there to Forlan. That's what we're talking about. Manuela Forlan, but the pass to Aura Muzzo just couldn't be taken. But there's a glimpse of what this wonderful running fullback Forlan can do.
It's the injection of pace that she could just put onto the ball there, like straight through the gap. Zoe Harrison does well to track back and try and get her, and it's a shame that Muzzo just can't quite keep hold of that ball here from an Italian perspective. But yeah, great pace onto the ball. It's the opposite, a commentator's curse. You were just saying she hasn't had it, and then there she goes. She's line breaks through, and then good vision to look for that offload as well.
Well, I try not to talk about too much. Manuela Forlan played for the Aylesford Bulls here in England for a season before heading back to the Violba club in northern Italy.
Blue offside, never retreated
It's
back.
Kath O'Donnell.
Blue offside.
Scarrett kicks this time. Straight
Offside, blue.
Here we are, Orly.
to Forlan, but there was an advantage coming England's way.
Number 7. Okay. Offside blue?
So just slowing game down again with these penalties. It's kind of
No,
kills
no, no,
the
no,
flow
no,
of
no,
it a
because it's
little
just
bit.
offside,
Both teams
okay?
do have a
That's
great tempo in the way that they play. And then he never retreats back, I think, and then goes forward. But what a weapon to be able to have Scarrett there, to be able to push it across to her and actually get her kick it deep.
Yeah, such a point of difference, wasn't it? There's Scott Beeman,
Time
attack
off.
coach, top left in the
So-
beanie.
2,
He's a pretty handy
2 and 1.
player in his time as well. Was Scott Beeman, 97 appearances in the Premiership. Harlequins, Tigers and Bath. Toured with England against Australia in 2006.
And he's a big kicking fan. He's a big fan of kickers, back three-wise as well, wanting to have those players able to kick for that type of game. So he's a big reason behind why England have started changing how they play.
So a warm round of applause for Sara Baratin, record breaker for all-time appearances for Italy, who's left the field.
Diamond.
There she is, tracksuit on. And what happens here for Italy is the left winger, Sofia Stefan, in the 11 shirt, goes into play scrum half. Speaking of scrum halves, there's Natasha Hunt on the wraparound, and here's McKenna. This is slick stuff from England. Breach. Good tackle coming in
Back.
from Maria Magazzi. In the 22 shirt for Italy, back from injury. Hunt again. Flat pass
Forward
to
pass. Forward
Sarah
pass, White.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Daly McLean, Zoe Harrison. Scarrett thinks about the inside ball, but holds on and makes some good yards. Hunt again, Harrison. Scott, so dynamic for a second rower. Hunt keeps it alive. Daly McLean, those two started the last two World Cup finals.
Knock on.
That pass had a
Knock on.
blue flashing light on it, didn't it, to Sarah McKenna?
Yeah,
Knock
I
on
don't know
right.
what McKenna's done to Zoe Harrison, but she's obviously annoyed her somehow, because those are the ones at fullback you're just not wanting, really. Here's the Emily Scarrett one where she looks back inside. Great decision not to pass it. It would have been a forward pass, so then she just backs herself and carries. And then Abby Scott here, nice break. She does well to keep one arm on the Italian defender to keep driving through to be able to get quick ball. Here it is, that handoff. She's looking, scanning, great leg drive.
Vicky Fleetwood's out there as well. Named as a replacement hooker in the 16 shirt, but she's, as she did in the autumn, she's playing on the open side. Amy Cockayne injured at the moment. She's another player that can play both positions. Rigoni, nice break and offload back to Bussato. That one's gone forward. And that's been symptomatic of Italy this afternoon, hasn't it? They've shown
It's gone right.
they can find an opening, but they just can't finish the sequence off.
That's the difference between the two teams, I think, here. So we've seen a slight overchase in the defence. She's managed to get in behind. Bussato then as well carries, drives hard, breaks the tackle, but it just isn't executed. I think for England, that ball then goes for hand. For Italy, it just goes forward. And we've seen glimpses of just absolute like pace, power, everything and skill from them, but just, yeah, not quite finishing their opportunities.
There's Fleetwood with the tackle, her first appearance of the Six Nations this year. Scored a hat-trick against Italy at the Twickenham Stoop back in 2017. Did Vicky Fleetwood? There she is on the open side. Hunter. Here's Harrison. Another opportunity for England. Here's Sarah McKenna. She had Jess Breach to her right, decides to hold on. Mo Hunt wanted quickly. Daly McLean. Poppy Cleal with the carry there. Here's Scarrett, inside ball, there it is to Sarah Byrne. Already a try in this match, offloads to Hunt. 6 metres out England, popped up off the floor. Daly McLean hits and spins.
Advantage. Not rolling.
Abby Scott now. Natasha Hunt to Cleal. Kath O'Donnell. She deserves a try for all her hard work. England are over the line. They lost possession. They'll go back for the penalty advantage.
How good was that? The offloading from all the team here to the back inside. Sarah Byrne gets the handoff, drives through, and again, instead of going to ground, lifts it up to Natasha Hunt, who's looking, scanning, trying to pass it. Nice wide pass out there. Brilliant play, just absolutely brilliant. Defence scrambling to try and get her, but you can see Natasha Hunt really scanning as best she can, and then goes to floor, lifts it up, and then good hands here to kind of keep that ball alive. And it's so difficult to defend an offloading team because you just don't know where to defend. The point of contact's always moving.
Abby Scott wins it in the middle. They love a driving line out. But Sandy Park home to the Exeter Chiefs, of course. They're pretty handy at this sort of stuff, and so are the Red Roses. Looking for another try. Abby Scott willing them on.
Advantage, 7.
Advantage England. Franco, the guilty party. They're over the line again, England. They have another score. And it's Vicky Cornborough who's last up with the ball. That's another one for the tight forward club.
And what a difference in tries that there have been today. I think that England have shown they can throw it wide, they can keep the offloading, everything like that, and then that's a good old-fashioned forward try. Vicky Cornborough on the end of it. And a good line out here, good organisation. One earlier in the first half that didn't quite get themselves in, but now they've worked it out. They're a clever team, and they get that ball driving, get it going. And again, Abby Scott is the one who's key. You can see her, she's shouting, she's calling them and organising it. And Natasha Hunt, very good at controlling those forwards in there as well. This is where it finally gets moving, and then just power down over the line from Cornborough.
Manuela Forlan asking her players to find something. 38-0 now, kick to come. And Vicky Cornborough, who still manages the day job as an IT business development manager as well as a professional rugby player, heads to the sideline, as does Sarah Byrne, as does Kelly Smith.
That's quite a nice time to come off though, score a try and then rock off. That's all right, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, what an impact they've had as a front row, and to actually be dominating in those scrums as well.
Shauna Brown out there for England. Emily Scott as well in the 23 shirt. She replaces Kelly Smith, and Hannah Bottoman, 19-year-old from the Saracens club. I think Sarah Burns pretty handy on the ball carrying stuff. And look out for the England number 17, Hannah Bottoman.
Yeah, she's a brute at Saracens. She just loves line breaks, and she's one of those just multi kind of talented, so she can do all the like the Bosch work and things like that, but can also move it, offload, and it's just an exciting brand of rugby.
There she is on the loose head side. Former centre as well, Hannah Bottoman. She actually played against Sarah Byrne, as Sarah Byrne was telling us during the week. They played against each other as midfielders earlier on in their career.
That's just crazy. I think you can play, there's players that play some positions, like Rigoni, I can play 10, I can play 12, I can play prop or centre. It's quite a big difference.
And Shauna Brown on the tight head side, she threw the hammer for England at the Commonwealth Games in Manchester. Came to rugby late, so anyone watching who likes to look at this game of rugby and you want to be part of this Red Roses movement, no matter what sport you've been into, give it a go.
I think there's always transferable skills from whatever sport you do, and you can come across as the thing I love about rugby is there is a position for everyone, for every size, every body type, and it's just a great game.
Set!
Natasha Hunt holds on and gives it to McKenna. Here's Jess Breach. Jess Breach already one try in the match, in and away. Jess Breach, she's through again. Jess Breach has a double.
And that is a great try from Breach. The first one was kind of a simple dot down, whereas that one, she's got a lot of work to do there. And we've seen that Forlan's a good defender, so to be able to beat her there, she's showing her class, her pace and her footwork as this England wing. So it's a great move off of the scrum. Natasha Hunt really does well to target the gap in between the defenders. Good hands from McKenna. And then Jess Breach, there's still work to do here. She really has to hold and go, which is exactly what you want to do from a wings perspective. You want to off-balance your defender, so they're much easier to hand off. So you can see that Forlan managed to plant, which meant that Breach could go around her a lot easier. And then, yeah, that's the one to hold, to go, and then to get round in only probably, what, a metre of space in there. So that's a great finish, and that's what she is, an out-and-out finisher for this England team.
44 of those you scored for England, I think? Kat?
Yes, yeah, 44. So I had my fair share too, like in that shirt. So yes, it's in a good place though.
Crazy Dana McLean hits the woodwork. 43-0 now. It's worth noting Italy coming into this game with the best defensive team in the competition, only conceding 5 tries. Well, they've conceded 7 here today so far. Rigoni gets us back underway. Here's Fleetwood. Meters made for England, bottom left of screen, 823 meters made for England. That tells the story, doesn't it, really?
Hugely so, and I think those meters have been shared out pretty evenly within the team. You've got forwards making line breaks, backs making line breaks. Just fantastic. I mean, Byrne, I think, made 99 of those meters.
She's on incredible. 99 right now, Stella Byrne. So one more carry, and she's hitting triple figures.
And then you've got Emily Scarrett at 106. She's really shown her pace again today. And then obviously Breach, the try score, 164. So brilliant. That's just stretched across the team.
Bit of a conversation going on in back play here with Zoe Harrison with the England medical staff. Shoulder or knock. Just checking sure she's okay. She resumes her place. There she is on the left of frame in the bright. Are they yellow or green, those boots? It's hard to tell.
Green, let's go with, I think.
Forlan, heavy tackle.
Knock on blue.
Coming in from Sarah McKenna. She did not miss. And Aura Muzzo, who pulled off a great try-saving tackle herself earlier in the match, certainly felt that one from the England fullback.
That was a big hit there, wasn't it? Like huge, you're gonna feel that one.
It's been a big story this week. This attendance here at Sandy Park this afternoon, 10,545. It's the biggest crowd for a Red Roses Test match outside of a World Cup game ever. Congratulations to everyone down here in the southwest who've made this happen. England Rugby have done a fantastic job promoting this game. It's just fantastic to be here alongside all these rugby lovers watching this fantastic rugby team do their thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident this isn't going to be the last time that England play down in Exeter, because the support here has been huge and an excellent, excellent atmosphere.
And Tony Rowe, the owner of the Exeter Chiefs, of course, the chairman, talking about making a bid to have a team in the Tyrrell's Premier 15s down here as well. They've set up an amateur side, which has to be in operation for a year before they're eligible to apply for the tender, but they seem pretty determined to do it.
I think that would be great for the game. I think to spread out where those teams are coming from, and to have a strong Exeter team would be fantastic into the Prem.
Here is that tackle, Sarah McKenna. Can't keep her out of the game. Poppy Cleal. Simon Middleton said she would have been furious not to have started this game. There's a carry from Bosserman. It's bounced back into her hands off an Italian player. Here's Emily Scott. Fly half for Harlequins. On the wing here for England. Here's Jess Breach. Quick hands from Cleal.
Advantage,
Counter ruck from Salari.
No advantage. Knock on for tackle.
And we'll set a scrum to England. Here's Hannah Bottoman, 19 years of age. Take a look at this. That's a trick play, isn't it? Do you think she meant to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that was just like circus skills there, like fantastic. It comes back to her, she goes, all right then, yeah, you pass it to me, I'm going to carry on here. And that's, we were talking about her line-breaking ability, and she just shows it here completely, and great reaction.
They just announced the attendance to the crowd here at Sandy Park. And that was what the round of applause was for. Such a wonderful atmosphere today. Walking around outside the ground, about an hour and a half before kickoff, there were thousands of people outside, people of all ages, women, men, girls, boys, entire families here that have come to watch this game. It's hard to overestimate the impact of this occasion on women's rugby. Speaking of impact, there's Rachel Burford out there winning her 83rd cap for England, the World Cup winner. Emily Scott just passes that
Advantage,
in front of McKenna. It's gone forward, so an advantage here for Italy. Nice offload there to Federici.
No advantage.
We'll go back for the original decision.
White and secondly.
One of the advantages of commentating here at Sandy Park, Cat, we're right in the middle here, aren't we, of the main stand? And you look around here, there's just so many people here of all ages that have turned up here to watch this team. And I was in the club shop yesterday after watching the training runs, and there was a brother and sister, a 10-year-old girl and her elder brother who was about 16, and they were in the shop buying tickets for today. And that's exactly what you want to see, kids getting excited about this game.
Definitely, kids, families, rugby players, everybody. It's just a fantastic spectator sport to come and watch and just to support the Red Roses.
Yeah, keep the gap, please, okay?
And a good example of a mix of fans there as well.
The Exeter Chiefs is certainly a success story in English club rugby.
Fine!
And the Red Roses
Twice.
Here's Rigoni, Salari. Proud day for her on her 50th cap. Magatti, held up by Emily Scarrett. Has to let go as the player gets her knees to the floor. There's the makeshift scrum half, Sophia Stefan. Here's Franco. We bigged her up pre-kickoff. She just hasn't been able to have the same sort of impact as she had against Ireland in that inaugural win 2 weeks ago. Another penalty to England. Giselle Mather was saying just that before kickoff, wasn't she? It's going to be a real test for the likes of Franco here because of the amount of defending she's going to have to do in this game.
And she's been very frustrated. You can tell this game right by the try line. She's giving away penalties she wouldn't normally give, and she has. I think she's been used to dominating and going through, and actually today she's not been quite able to do that as much as normal, and it has affected her game. I think it's affected her confidence.
Francesca Sperner replaces Franco. Here's Poppy Cleal, offloads to Shauna Brown. There's another one to Breach. 5 carries for Poppy Cleal. She's only played 20-odd minutes in this match. Turnover though for Italy. Emily Scarrett, it's just on the floor back there. I thought she might have hurt herself, but no, she just lost her boot. She's put it back on. Cut out ball. Reaches onto it. 2 tries already in this match, of course.
No advantage. No
Still 10 minutes to go here
Yeah, I think she's hunting a hat-trick there, seeing that ball go down, she wants to pounce on it. And that's one thing England have done really well, I think, on turnover balls. Whenever the ball goes to floor, they'll just kind of pounce on it and react very well. Here's Poppy Cleall doing exactly what she does best. And again, the offloading here from England, absolutely fantastic. From Poppy, from Shona, and then into the hands of Breach into the middle. Great chop tackle there on Emily Scarrett. Just make sure, just cut her down at source before she's carrying.
And then she picked it up, Solari, after making the tackle. So.
Yeah, Solari as well as Muso, both of those players defensively today have been outstanding, and the work rate, like the tackle count they must have made, must be huge.
There's been a bit of a conflab in midfield between 3 World Cup winners, Katie Daly-McLean, Rachel Burford and Emily Scarrett. What have the Red Roses got cooking here? Hunter, Breach off her wing to Burford. She would have loved to have been starting this match as well. Double clutch there from Poppy Cleall. Holds on. Here's O'Donnell. Such a big engine. She just keeps going for England as O'Donnell. Daly-McLean. That's another good tackle coming in. It's Aura Muzzo, who has put her body on the line for Italy this afternoon.
She really has, and she's been making tackles on both wings. She's covered across. She's massively put work rate in there, and just looking at the stats as well. So that would be her 7th tackle today. And then Solari, who we mentioned earlier, 14 tackles. That is huge. That's huge for a centre to put those amount of tackles in there.
There you go, 155 of them. They've missed 25, but
that's a huge defensive shift. I mean, they're going to feel that tomorrow, definitely. And Arrighetti as well, putting in 18 tackles. Again, that's what you want from your back row. You want them getting off, you want them tackling, you want them hunting. So really well into there.
Yes, the Italian head coach, Andrea Di Giandomenico, despite this scoreline, his team have come on leaps and bounds in this Six Nations, haven't they? That first ever win against Ireland a couple of weeks ago. Could have had a result against Wales, the 3-3 draw. Solari missed the kick. Beat Scotland away in the opening round. There he is, Andrea Di Giandomenico. He's been coach of this Italian side since 2009, former back rower in his day. Abby Scott, leading line out forward in the competition, wins another one. Fleetwood has it at the back now. She scored a hat-trick against Italy in the Six Nations 2 years ago. She's sniffing another try here as the big white blanket head towards the Italy line. I think it's Abby Scott who's got it now. Abby Scott! The Harlequin is over.
England showing their dominance again and what they do so well as that pack, and I'm really pleased for Abby Scott to be the one to be putting that ball down, because again she is just one of those workhorses. Her involvement around the park, she just gets there, she's in all the breakdowns. Anytime there's a ball to clear up, she's the one to kind of go there, and her aerial skills she's highlighted there in the line out are just so good. Really sorting out that drive there, and then just working out the transfer of the ball, make sure it's at the back, hands on. And again, Natasha Hunt bossing her, even just tapping her, like get over that line, and then a good finish into there. Yeah, you can see Natasha Hunt's arms actually on her, guiding her, I think, into there.
Katie Daly-McLean to make it 50 points for England. Just slides by the left-hand upright. She's got broken fingers, remember?
Yes,
Abby Scott.
Yeah.
There they are. Catching high balls at training last week.
She's caught so many kickoffs today as well, and then the line-out skills, like, and yeah, all with an injury as well. So credit to her. That's one hard lady. Yeah, you must breed them tough in Cumbria, I think.
Certainly do. Tough as teak. Here's Jo Brown. Hunter. How's that for an offload to Cleall? Daly-McLean, crowd loving it. McKenna. The Red Roses putting on a show. O'Donnell. tireless for England. Burford, Scarrett, Emily Scott.
Over.
Natasha Hunt rejoined the Red Roses from the England Sevens programme to take up one of the professional contracts, as did Emily Scarrett in possession here. Those two and Jess Breach returning to the 15-a-side fold. Dana McLean decides to kick, low trajectory, end over end. .33 years old, Katie Daly-McLean. She'll make the next World Cup, won't she?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I mean, she's still in just such fantastic form. She just runs the team so well. She has those flat passes. Like, love it. That one there to McKenna. That's a winger's dream, to be able to hit onto a pass like that. You just get time on the ball and space, and it's brilliant there.
Time on.
So here's Sylvia Torani, replacement prop, throwing into the line out. They're going to the front. Duka tries to bring it down, but if England snaffled this, they have. Daly McLean has it. Long pass to Burford. Another one to Scarrett. Here's McKenna. Sarah McKenna, good tackle from Sarasso. That's gone over the sideline.
What fantastic handling there. The beautiful pass. And for me, Rachel Burford is one of the best distributors in the world. Like, she just manages to time the pass so well and float it out beautifully in front.
We've been talking a lot about the England attack today, Kat, but let's not forget, how about their defence in this game? They've only missed 7 tackles the entire match. It's extraordinary.
That's incredible. And because Italy as well, they do have quick runners. They've got pacey runners. They've got people that come through. So actually, they're defending very good players as well.
Sofia Stefan, at scrum half, secures the ball for Italy. Pinned down here. Here's a breakaway from Sara Tunesi. Offloads to Scorbini. Coming in from pocket 3, offside again as the call from the referee. So, Kat Merchant, it's about that time. Hold the line caller. Ball hasn't gone out. Here's Emily Scott. I'll ask you about your player of the match. Kat, in a moment, on the next whistle, here's Poppy Clear. Daly McLean cuts out Joe Brown. Here's Fleetwood. Pass in front of Breach, hunting a hat-trick. Natasha Hunt to Daly McLean. Abby Scott, try scorer. Daly McLean again out the back to Burford, long pass out to Emily Scott. Rachel Burford, such a beautiful passer of the rugby ball. 30 metres on the run, right into the hands, but Italy have it. Here's the second row, Giordana Duca. Rigoni. Italy playing till the end. Trying to finish this game on a high, but they've knocked it on the floor. It'll be a scrum to England. We're into the final minute. Kat Merchant, who's your player of the match?
Well, there's so many you could choose from today. I think the whole pack has been kind of outstanding and made some really good impacts. But for me, someone that isn't necessarily in the limelight but does so much of the hard work is Sarah Beckett. And I think she's a well-deserved winner of that today. Hands as well were fantastic, and I just think she's a really underrated player that does so much of the hard work. I don't know if she's realised yet that she's got it, but hopefully she'll have a good smile on her face when she does.
She's about to.
Oh, come on leaps and bounds, and yeah, absolutely buzzing for her.
Out of the Burwood Waterloo ladies, Sarah Beckett, 19 years of age, player of the match against the Red Roses.
11.
We're into referee's time here, clock's in the red, penalty England. 48-0. Jess Breach, 2 tries. What's the play here?
I think they've got to play, haven't they? They've either got a kick to the corner or the scrum, anything like that. But if they're going, yeah, you go, like they've done it throughout this whole game, they've decided to go, you've got to play, haven't you? No one wants to see kicks for points. From here, I'm wondering if they'll do that blindside move again, where the 8 picks it, 9 has a little carry, and then they move it to the pace out wide with Scott and with Breach.
So we've got Emily Scott on the right of the scrum here. Very accustomed, of course, to play fly half. Daly McLean on the left, Burford outside her, then Scarrett, then McKenna, Jess Breach on the near side. They go to Daly McLean, short ball to Burford. They're singing at Sandy Park. The Red Roses, record crowd for their first ever test match here in the southwest of England. And haven't they performed? Daly McLean, Burford, thinks about shifting it to Scarrett, holds on, still alive. Natasha Hunt, Daly McLean, round the corners, McKenna. Sarah McKenna, 5 metres out. The crowd would love to see another score here. Here's Abby Scott, she's already got one. Shauna Brown, she doesn't have a test try yet. Wouldn't that be a story? Hannah Bossaman, popular figure. Fleetwood! It's Vicky Fleetwood under the posts. And that's it. To put an exclamation mark on this fine performance from the Red Roses. Vicky Fleetwood, her first appearance in this year's Six Nations, has a try for England.
What a fantastic intensity to finish that game. England were not done, they weren't happy with less than 50 points. They were like, no, we're going for this, and it carries, and that's a good finish again. She gets really low, which stops her from being held up. Just fantastic play there. What a finish.
55 points to 0. England dominant over Italy. The Red Roses came in with a perfect record in the Six Nations. 3 bonus point wins. They have another one. And that's 19 straight test victories against the Italy women. The Red Roses have won it by 55 points to 0. Well, how do you reflect on that, Kat Merchant? The crowd absolutely loved that finish. They've turned up in their numbers, and the Red Roses have just been awesome today.
Yeah, they didn't disappoint, because the Italian team was good, let's not face that. So they've put on 55 points onto a decent team, and not only that, managed to nil them, because we did see that there was some absolute flair out there. So I just think brilliant performance there.
They all made a contribution, didn't they? Kath O'Donnell, what a shift from her. Natasha Hunt, World Cup winner with some minutes. There's Leanne Riley. She was all energy. Took England a while to wear Italy down. They didn't get their second try until the 32nd minute. But after that, it was all Red Roses. And this big crowd here. Over 10,500 here at Sandy Park. I've loved every moment of it. Okay, let's get some post-match reaction for you now. James Gemmell is with the player of the match, Sarah Beckett.
Thank you, Rupert. Sarah, many congratulations on a fine individual and team performance. It's not often we do this, but first things first, I'd like to get your reaction on this crowd. They are singing. It's almost like they're singing for you.
I know, I'm working hard to have to hear you here because they've been brilliant today. I mean, a record crowd, we can't ask for more. I think as the game's growing, we're getting more exposure, and it's so good to see these people come out and support us. We literally can't ask for more from people.
How much did it mean to the team in the build-up, knowing how much support was going to be here, how important today's game was in the continued evolution of this team?
Yeah, you know, we're still quite a new team together. I mean, people get caught up in the professionalism, but actually we're still getting to know each other, and this crowd being here, supporting us through everything that we're doing together is just great. We can't ask for more from the crowd, and together in camp this week, I mean, we haven't been focused on it, but we know it's going to be a big draw for people, and it's great for us to feel that support before the game, and so we can get into it. It's really good.
And from an individual perspective, you were part of a very dominant pack today, but you needed to be. The scores almost doesn't reflect how physical that game was.
No, not at all. I think any international game, you know it's going to be a big physical challenge, and the girls were great today. You can't ask more. The front row, the scrums, the whole eight together, pushing. I think that's where we really got our payout today.
Many congratulations, Sarah. We have the match ball here for you to take home and remember a fine performance. Well played.
Thank you, guys.
Sarah Hunter, captain of the Red Roses. What's going on here?
It's incredible, you know, the crowd that's come here, over 10,000 supporters, and to hear them support us and cheer us on all the way, it's been absolutely immense. Like, you couldn't ask for better supporters today.
And as a captain, you're a proud captain, reflecting on the performance in the end of a very dominant performance, a physical game, but you delivered for this crowd.
Yeah, you know, we've been working a lot over the week about how we wanted to turn up and how we really wanted to put on a performance for the spectators, and we didn't have that all our own way today. You know, Italy are a very good side, and they've shown that in the Six Nations, and we showed that here today. You know, we had to work for all our points out there, and they kept coming at us, and our defence at times to hold them out was incredible. And we've spoken that it's a journey, the Six Nations, and to put ourselves in the best shot of next weekend going and getting that Grand Slam, and you know, you've got to be proud of that.
It's not often that 6 members of the starting 8 score tries. You're included. Maybe that tells a little story of how you had to narrow the game a little bit. You had to take it to them and go through them, because midway through that first half, things were a bit bitty.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we just tried to force it a little bit too much. You know, we didn't respect the ball enough. We didn't earn the right to go forward, and we kept giving it away a bit cheaply at times when we got to the edges. So we always have like a multifaceted game plan of what we want to do if things aren't working out, and it wasn't working out in the wide channel. So, you know, we've got a great set piece and a great pack that can get us on the front foot going forward again, which then opens it up for us to score out wide.
The journey continues, sir. We'll see you at Twickenham next week. Many congratulations. We have Valentina Ruzza, the captain of the defeated Italians, with us. Commiserations. I don't think the score reflected the game. It was a fine performance in the first half, especially.
Yeah, mostly in the first half we played very well. I think that we missed some occasions, and we could do better in some phases, and that's all. We have to improve the details.
Did you get a sense that England momentum started to run away, and you couldn't stop them with ball and tempo?
Yeah, their volume of the game, their phases, their physicality was tough to face, and but I think that we put the best that we could do on the field. So I think that we can improve for the last match, and that's all.
Last match against France, and of course it's a big day for the Ruzza family. Your brother is playing at Twickenham in an hour or two's time. Where are you going to watch the game?
Oh, I think that I'm going to watch the game on the bus, because we have to catch the bus immediately after the match, soon after the match, because we have to go to London. So I think that I'll watch up there.
You watch it on the screen on the bus. Commiserations, but well played again today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, proud day for the Ruzza family. Here's the table as it stands. Red Roses, perfect 20 points. They will head to Twickenham next Saturday to face Scotland. They're not quite there to the Six Nations as it stands. France play Ireland in Dublin tonight. So still a possibility that France could take the title, but in all probability, England heading towards a 15th Six Nations title and a 14th Grand Slam. Here's the tail of the tape. England 55 points to 0. had so much possession. Look at the meters made, over 1,000 over Italy's under 400. And Kat Merchant, that tells a story, as well as there being 9 tries and 8 different try scorers all across this England team making big contributions.
Definitely, and I think that Katie Daly-McLean's ability to be able to move it out wide, so we've got those line breakers, and then also just for the forwards being able to just dominate and line break and then get over and just all the way through that team and just try scorers in the making.
Red Roses supreme. They will go for a Grand Slam at Twickenham next weekend.